Good afternoon, good people, and welcome to another episode of Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and I hope everyone is doing well on this thirsty Thursday edition of the show. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much, but I hope all is well. How's everyone doing today? Raising the roof up in here. Raising the roof up in here. All right, we got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. All Libras stand up. Stand up, Libras, stand up. Where made you where you at? Where you at? Okay. Libra Nation, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, happy anniversary to you. If you have the day off today and you're normally not off on Thursdays, congratulations. If you're starting your vacation today, as some of us are, on vacation mode for sure. If you proposed to someone and got in a relationship and you finally put it together and said, okay, I'm in a relationship again, or she said I do, or he said I do, congratulations to you. And if you just had a baby, congratulations to you for sure. If you just found out you're pregnant, now that's another discussion. I hope the news travels well and goes the way you want it to go for sure. Hope the school year is going well for the young students out there, as well as these young parents doing the best that they can do. All righty, for sure. Get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. Laughter is definitely the key. As I've been binge watching the FX series Rescue Me with Dennis Leary. And I'm in season 5 now. And this show, I didn't know they brought it like that. I didn't know they tackled the 9/11 debate like that. I didn't know they were so truthful with the way this show is written so far. But again, I'm in season 5 right now. It's a really, really fun show for sure. If you haven't had the opportunity to listen to my latest podcast episode or listen to any of my podcast episodes, feel free to go to Spotify, Who's to Blame, the podcast, or log on to the website at www.dremontez.com for sure. Don't know if you have plans today, but if you are in the area of the number one, according to RFT, mail pickup hangout joint, Friendly's in South City at 3503 Roger Place at 1 p.m. today, until whenever. We're celebrating our birthday today. If you're in there, stop on by for a conversation, a cocktail, check out the bar, shoot some pool, video games, keno, talk some sports with some amazing people, and support the bar for sure. So that's going on today. Will not be a show tomorrow. There will be no Montez at midday tomorrow. There will be no college football show this Saturday. So no college football show this Saturday. And no Montez at midday tomorrow. So we're no show on Friday and no show on Saturday. So we'll see you with new show on Monday. So tune in for that on Monday. So that should be a lot of fun. So we're starting the weekend a little early. I think weekends you look forward to those weekends. It's either going to be a long weekend or you get to start it early. You get to start it early. I learned a valuable lesson as a child. When you first get a job and you're able to take a vacation, you don't come back the day before and go to work the next day. You got to get a body time to relax. You got to get your mind right. You got to adapt back to work lifestyle and work schedule. It's like when your kid goes and spends the weekend with the other parent. You got to get the kid back early enough in the day on Sunday so you can deprogram the kid of what they've been through since they've been gone from you. So you kind of got to do that when you come back off of vacation or start your vacation or whatever it may be. You got to have that time to get ready to go back to work. If you come back Sunday night at 8 p.m., you got to be at work at 6 a.m. You're not giving yourself a break. You're not giving the mind and body to truly, truly feel what it means to have a great vacation. So keep that in mind for sure. Keep that in mind. I heard this, and it's really deep. Baseball is like a metaphor of life. The pace of the game, you watching the game at home versus being at an actual live game is not what you think. It's a little bit more detailed. You're waiting for something to happen, just like in life. The unexpected happens when what? We don't have any control over it. It's just like baseball, watching it. The epitome of surprise, that happens in everyday life. But in a way, I think each sport has its own version in life hurling events if you're into sports that way. If you're not, maybe it's music for you. Maybe you have your own different metaphor out there that means the meaning of your life. But in the baseball terms, in the way the game is played and the way the game is captured, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Ken Burns movies, but wow, wow. It tells a beautiful, beautiful picture and story at the same time. And not many can do that well, but Ken Burns definitely pulled that off. And that, and a few years ago, they did it when they played the All-Star game, the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. And they recreated that, had the actual people there in the town that volunteered to be in that movie. Kevin Costner did the voice. And it just really, really changed when he walked in from that outfield. They had a way of capturing it, telling you a life story, telling you a childhood story, telling you an amazing baseball story. And the way baseball really has its eyes on it right now, because it's the MLB postseason, I think we're getting really a great appreciation factor of the game itself. That's what I was mentioning yesterday, having a true fan appreciation day. But in your terms, do you think that is applicable of baseball being a metaphor for life? And I really like what the MLB playoff postseason shows have been doing with A-Rod, Big Papi, and Jeter. For those guys to compete the way they competed when they played baseball against each other and as teammates, and whether you believe the rumors about their relationship when they played, before they turned pro, once they got to the series, getting to the AL Championship Series and all that, if you believe all that stuff and you see their chemistry on the show, it is amazing. It has turned to be one of the most popular, I guess, sporting shows I've seen, and post-game show as well. They have a lot of fun. You have Big Papi that has the button on there, and he starts dancing, and it makes Derek Jeter look so uncomfortable. But knowing Derek Jeter's personality the way it's been shown us through Major League Baseball, watching him seem to be uncomfortable is hilarious. And A-Rod being the dude that he is, I think it's a great show. I fell in love even more with the MLB program in this past year. As Mark DeRosa and MLB morning show is just fantastic. It sets the tone for the day if you are a Major League Baseball fan out there. Like I said, it doesn't have to make sense to you, but if you look at the bigger picture of it, baseball is a metaphor for life. And I don't think there's like saying it's a bad thing. I guess we're putting things in a way that's understandable for us to get through the trials and tribulations of it, so to speak. I think that's the more of the message that I'm looking for on that. All right, we're going to take a short break here and come back after a word from our sponsor. And we're going to talk about these NFL teams that need to win a Super Bowl. Be right back.
St. Louis, are you suffering from depression? Our advanced mental health treatments offer support to those facing depression. Supported by science and over 1 million treatments administered, a countless number of lives have been revitalized with our newfound healing process. Because your well-being matters, we have 2 convenient St. Louis locations dedicated to your transformative pursuit of mental wellness. We understand the importance of informed decisions. Research, discover, and take the first step toward a brighter tomorrow. Visit palmiertms.com to uncover more about our non-drug treatment for depression, covered by all major insurance plans. Let us stand by your side on this journey towards mental wellness. Contact us today.
All right, good people, and we're back. It is Thirsty Thursday. It is birthday party day at 1 o'clock at Friendly's in South City, 3503 Roger Place. Yes, Sean Payton, yes, I understand. I totally understand. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Thank you. Seems as though the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson may be parting ways. We're going to pay attention to that story because that could get interesting the closer and closer we get to the weekend of NFL football. But if you're just tuning in and didn't hear the news, there'll be no show tomorrow or Saturday, no college football show on Saturday. Our apologies. But when you got to do something, you got to do something. So we got to do something. That's what's going on. Got to do something. And on that do something moment, we make fun of the Dallas Cowboys and their fans due to one simple reason. Their expectations and the reality of what happens week to week in each season for the Dallas Cowboys of not winning a playoff game, the drought in the playoffs, a drought of winning the Super Bowl. It's all been there, but every team goes through that. But it's been 13 teams. It don't have much room to talk of making fun of any team where they've won a Super Bowl championship, but it's been a while. Haven't been that long, but it's been a while. And we got on the board, we got the San Francisco 49ers. It's about time y'all to get a W. It's about time. You tried, turned out the lights, and I guess last year you ran into a buzzsaw because everybody got hurt. You put under the helm of quarterback. Not your fault. Injuries are a part of the game. With that being said, the 49ers on there 28 years. 28 years. Next up, we got the Washington Commanders. To me, once Joe Gibbs got up out of there, that whole organization changed to me. Where are we going? What should we be going? What can be done now? What's the direction of this franchise and this team? And then we found out after decades and decades and a leaked email, we found out that what the real issue was with the Washington Redskins at the time, but they're now the Washington Commanders. And it has been a whopping 31 years since they've won a Super Bowl. This is not going to the Super Bowl. This is winning the Super Bowl. So the next time we get in these conversations at the water cooler, at your local watering hole, at the laundromat, this is what they're talking about. Next up, we got the Bears, Chicago Bears. Oh, that's the worst electric slide since the Super Bowl shuffle. It's been that long. It's been that long. That's what she said. 37 years. 37 years. Next up on there, they've been 9 different damn teams. It's been so long. They done been the Oakland Raiders, the Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Raiders, the Vegas Raiders, whatever name you want to call them, it's been 39 years. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins. The expectations are high with that team this year. They're fun to watch. Everybody wants to do the waddle. Everybody wants to do the waddle. Everybody wants to get into it with Tyreek Hill mom, but you don't want that action. For the Miami Dolphins, been 49 years. 49 years. Wow. Next up on the list, we have the Purple People Eaters of America, known as the Minnesota Vikings. It's been 53 years. 53 years since they won a Super Bowl. Next up, we got the Jets, Jets. It has been 54 years. 54 years. And nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. It has been 37 years for the Buffalo Bills. 37 years. No, I'm sorry. 57 years. Been 54 for the Jets. 57 for the Buffalo Bills. Wow. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns. It's been 58 years. 58 years. Next up, we got the Chargers. The last time for the Chargers, 59 years ago. 59 years ago. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans or the Houston Oilers. 61 years. Next up, we got the Detroit Football Lions with high expectations being for them to finally get over the hump. It's been 65 years for the Motor City. Next up, drum roll please. The Arizona Cardinals, Phoenix Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals, 75 years. So it's been some good teams in there. They had a few shots. San Fran had a good run at one time. The Washington football team, they did as well. Chicago had a nice one. Vegas came real close to doing some damage on a consecutive run, but the injury bug hit them. I think this is Miami's best option and chance and team to make a dent in the postseason and possibly get to the Super Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings, I don't see that yet. They either come out the gate real fast or they have hiccups coming out. But usually around the midpoint of the season, we can pretty much see the identity of the Minnesota Vikings. Haven't seen it yet. Next up, we got the Jets. We all knew what happened on September 11th. We saw Aaron Rodgers go down. And the whole heartbeat of America went down with that team pulling for the Jets to go to the Super Bowl, possibly. But I don't think all has been lost yet. What happened and transpired in their victory playing the Denver Broncos last week. Going to see if they can get the quarterbacking situation in the hands to go their way. The Buffalo Bills. I think the Buffalo Bills the past 3 years has had the type of team to go to the Super Bowl and compete in the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl. But lately, I think Josh Allen has taken constructive criticism and analytics and combined them and came up with his own game plan, what he wants to do. And I think that could be a pivotal mistake with Josh Allen. Someone needs to talk to him. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals. I think Arizona hopes went down the drain 2-3 years ago. The way the whole coaching process went with them, the whole situation on Kyler Hail Murray, how is he preparing for the game? Was he playing Call of Duty? When all that stuff leaked, you're not trying to win anymore. You're putting up distractions for the wrong thing. And we know about what happened last season, all their off-the-field front office issues. Their mind is not on football. I see why they're at 75 years. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland had a little taste. They've been beaten around a bush of going to the postseason, but never with a strong record. Barely getting in as a wild card win because they're so topsy-turvy near the end of the season. But if Deshaun can wake up, maybe in the next 2-3 years, they can put a change to that number, 58 years. The Chargers. We know what happened with the Chargers last season before that, and we all know what happened on Monday night. The way they're losing games are not becoming of an NFL team. It doesn't give you any hope or any promise of getting better when you lose games that way. When you can seem to do everything conventionally right to win a ball game, and you still come up with the short end of the stick, meaning losing the game. And the numbers are there saying they're on that list for losing so many games by 3 points or less. What's going on here? Even when you're not turning the ball over, you're scoring in the red zone. Your defense is playing pretty damn good, but you're still getting an L. Once they figure that out, I think the Chargers will fix that. But I think they need to pick up a true dog, somebody that has been to the field of battle of the postseason before, fought the injury bug, came through there with low expectations of winning the Super Bowl and was part of a team that won the Super Bowl. If they can find somebody like that that's home on the couch, just looking for something to do, but still has that passion to play, I think that could be the one that gets the Chargers over the hump. The Tennessee Titans. Tannehill he's not going to do no more, no less to win a game. He'll do just enough to compete in the NFL, just enough to make an NFL roster. But to do the extra work, I don't see that work ethic coming from him. Now, their running game and defense, okay, they had a little animosity situation with their coach and the receiver, and they made that crazy trade with Philly. Okay, we're working past that now. But I don't see them coming off this number 61 years this season. I think their best shot was a couple of years ago as well. Next up, we got Detroit Football Lions at 65 years. As I said, Miami and Detroit, to me, have the best chance and opportunity to go deep into the postseason with the way they have played and what they have put their commitment to and how they've been really pushing this teamwork, this passion to play, this understanding and opportunity in this window that's open for these ball clubs. We kind of saw what was happening with Detroit after last season. whether you watch them on Hard Knocks or not. But watching them and understanding their coach, they really fit the demeanor and attitude of their coach. We haven't seen that in a long time when an NFL team really embodies their head coach in a way that's a positive way that impacts the whole damn team to finally get the bigger picture of this thing. It's not about individual. It's about a teamwork here. And they believe in that concept. And that's going on with Miami, the Miami Dolphins. They have that fun teamwork attitude going on. They're having fun. The plays they're running, it's been mentioned several times this year. They kind of look like a Canadian football team with all the motion plays that they use, the constant element of speed being displayed by that franchise, not just by the slot receiver, other receiver. The running backs that get in on the action. There's multiple crossing patterns. There's always somebody moving, and you got to be able to find the moving target. Now, once defenses are able to sit back and study what the Miami football Dolphins have been doing, then maybe they can put a little easing on her. Not saying stop it completely, because I think they have too many possibilities with the weapons that they have on that squad, that being the Miami football Dolphins for sure. Hey, how we doing, Madeline? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much. As I mentioned, if it's your first time tuning in, we thank you. There will be no show Friday or no college football show on Saturday as we're getting ready to party for the birthday. We're about to get it in for the birthday. 1 o'clock, Friendly's, South City, 3503 Roger Place. We got a cake. We're going to have somebody jump out of a cake, and we all going to have water guns. We shoot the person that comes out of the cake with water guns. No, we're not doing that. That'd have been fun, though, back in the day. Back in the day, that would have been fun for sure. Who's thinking about Thanksgiving dinner? Who's cooking Thanksgiving dinner? We got to get that out there. Who house we going to? Got to get a game plan. Because as soon as Halloween is over, boom, the next day, November. We ain't got much time. We got to figure this out. Got to game plan this. What type of turkey we getting? What type of turkey do we want to eat? Got to get a turkey for the house. In the houses that we're going to, I got to figure out what's on the menu. You got to map the holidays out. You got to cook a meal for yourself for sure. Got to bring leftovers home too. Because I love leftovers for my Thanksgiving. Ain't nothing wrong with turkey. Deep fried, Cajun, rotisserie, oven, lemon pepper, you name it. I want that turkey. I want that turkey. And I like all the fixings too. And people so nice. We have what? Well, 13 days left before the nice people kick in for the rest of the year, because nice people come into play from November 1st. Hear me out now. Until February 15th. Then we're back to normal. So from November 1st to February 15th, you're going to see some of the nicest folks you've seen in quite some time. You're going to say, where did this courteous behavior come from? And I'm going to say, remember Dre Montez told you that. And I told you. Especially in the industry. Oh, my God. You can conquer some things. You can map it out. Some people, for the month of November, December, and January, serious money months. Serious. You can come across a good lick in those 3 months if you do it right. If we do what, kids? Apply ourselves. Know our strengths. Know our weakness. Don't be afraid of no. Go the distance. Whatever cliche you need to get the job done, go and do it. Go and do it for sure. But I started off the top of the show about baseball as a metaphor of life. The way the game is dictated, played, talked about, analytically broken down. All of that can be relatable to life's journey, which is something that we're all still trying to figure out. And also gave my NFL teams that have not won a Super Bowl in a long damn time. So, when I look at some of these teams and you see these numbers and you look like there's a consistent level of error in judging talent, producing talent, and the winning formula. How can all that be accepted? in a professional arena such as the NFL at this time and date. Now, their competition committee is nothing like the NBA when they pulled that Kobe couldn't be traded. I'm sorry, Chris Paul can be traded to the Lakers. That was wild. That was still wild. I keep missing the 30 for 30 on that. I keep missing it. Well, baseball is back again. I don't understand. They did it again. They did it again last night. They pitched to Alvarez. Why? Why do they keep pitching to this man? This man crushes the ball. Like Scherzer. Crushes the ball. And it's like they're not paying attention. And maybe Max Scherzer could be I don't want to say it. Some people just can't put up good numbers in the postseason for some reason. He felt himself when he was with the Mets. You give up 4 runs in the first inning of a wild card playoff, you are coming out of the game. There is no we're going to wait till you settle down. No. Let's change it up right now. Everybody is pitching in a decisive game. All 25 of you are playing in this game. Whether you want to or not, you're playing in this game. If we're trying to go to the next level, next round, and we haven't been there before and we have an opportunity to do it, let's go. It looked like the Rangers are still shell-shocked at what happened to them in 2011. They were 1 pitch away from winning the World Series. That was one of the wildest nights at Busch Stadiums to ever be a part of and witness. You couldn't even hear yourself. It was that loud. You know how the camera shakes when you look at games on TV? It was shaking like that everywhere. Nobody could believe what we just saw. It was something spectacular. I tell you that for sure. Well, we're in countdown mode for the birthday. I want everyone to have a safe and fun-filled, entertaining weekend. Enjoy the rest of your workday. Enjoy your fist pump Friday tomorrow. Enjoy your college football Saturday. And enjoy your NFL Sunday, as I will birthday NFL style Sunday. But party today at 1 o'clock. You kids, thank you so much for tuning to today's show. And we will see you Monday with a little bit of D&D, Don't Get Butthurt as well. And as well as Montez at midday. Both shows be coming to you Monday. D&D, Don't Get Butthurt comes to you 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And same time, same bat channel with Montez at midday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting on the show. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget to appreciate the details of your day. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. See you next time. And we out here.